second team.
So, hi everyone, I'm Merroline and this is our team members, Vivian, Howard, and Jackson. Now we're going to start our group presentation about the survey on addiction to the internet and electronics. So, now I'm going to briefly introduce our interviewees. We've got 21 interviewees that join our project in total, and we include 5 Taiwanese in this survey. So here we've got Anders from Denmark, and Yongxuan from Malaysia, Shenlian from Taiwan. Next, Georgia from Italy, and Zhao Lang from Hong Kong. He's born in Hong Kong but grew up in Germany. And Marcus from Canada. Carlos from Paraguay, Fiora from China, and Jaman from Malaysia. Oh, He from France. We forgot to take a photo with him, so we just took it far away. It looks like a paparazzi. And Vera from Taiwan, and Lie Kwan from Malaysia. This cute guy is Alex from Australia, and Shang from Taiwan, and another Alex from Russia. This is Andy from Taiwan, Bella from France, and Sherlyn from Indonesia. Edward from Taiwan, and Sandra from America. Mayu Okata from Japan. So some of our interviewees are our friends or friends, or just we encounter in the campus. Now we're going to start our questionnaire. For number 1, how often do you check your phone? So from the graph you can see that about 4 people said that they check their phone an hour per time, and 2 people 30 minutes, 4 people 20 minutes, 4 people 5 minutes, and the most people say that when they check their phone when they have time and free. And only 1 who said that he checked his phone very less. He used his phone only for text message or making phone calls. Second, which do you spend more time on, chatting online or socializing in the real world? So you can see that most people still prefer to talk with somebody in person and face to face. Just only 5 people said that they'll prefer chatting online. For the third question, please name a thing you do on the internet which takes a lot of time but is unnecessary. So you can see that the most one is they view social websites like Facebook and Instagram. For the second one is watch videos. They watch like funny clips or news on YouTube. Now we welcome Jackson to continue.
And do you think it impolite to use smartphone while talking with someone, and why? And only one answers no, and others answers yes. They all think that it means that you are not paying attention while the person is speaking. And the one answers no says that he can still listen to what people say when he is using his cell phone. The next question. Do you find it unnecessary to check your phone that often? And 5 answers no, and the rest answers yes. They think it is not that necessary. And for the 5, they are all foreign students. They use it. They have to text messages or communicate with friends in their hometown. So they think it is necessary for them. And will you decrease your sleeping time just to have more time surfing on the net? Most of them says no, says yes. They will try to decrease the, yes. Sometimes they decrease their sleeping time just to use phone. And one says no, and he has a good habit. He sleeps very early, and he usually reads before he sleeps, so he tries not to look at his screen. And he says when he is sleeping, he will turn his phone to the flight mode. And when I ask, have you ever tried to rely less on a smartphone? Surprisingly, everyone says yes, but everyone, after they say yes, and they are quite not sure about that because they don't think it really works. And which app do you use the most? And 10 says they use Facebook the most on their phone. And you can see that most of them use it as in social network. And most of them are for recreational use. Only one uses calendar and his notes. So he uses his cell phone as a tool. And do you ever spend more time than you expect on electronics? And 6 answers no, and others answers yes. They think they spend more time than they expected. And for people who answer no, they actually did not really notice the time when they are using their phone. Okay, next.
And question number 10. When you feel anxious without using the internet for just a period of time, and there are 5 people say yes, 10 people say no, and 6 people say sometimes or maybe depends on time. And about say yes, they thought that they might be miss some message or some important things. And next question, is the first thing that comes to your mind surfing the net when you wake up every morning? And there are about 12 people choose yes, 7 people choose no, and 2 people choose sometimes. There are more than half people choose yes, but still many choose no because they say that they brush their teeth or pees when they wake up first. And the next, in your opinion, why do some people tend to surf the net during most of their time? And there are about the main answers. One is easy to use, express. They thought that internet is easy to use. It's just easier than you doing your homework or others, and easier for us to express our feelings. Since when you are on internet, you are anonymous. Fun and nothing to do, no hobby. They thought that some people may have nothing to do, they're just bored, so they're surfing on internet, or they don't have their hobby. They won't read a book or do things on other things. Not good at socializing. Our interview so that maybe some people are just not good at socializing. They are not good at communicate face to face. Else, have you ever been told that you spend too much time on the net more than one time? And there are about 13 people. Our interviewees choose yes, and about 8 choose no. And about for the yes, most of them are told by their parents, and our parents just say yes to my cell phone. And some of them told by their friends, and one interview said is told by girlfriend. I think maybe their relationship has problem. How does the internet affect your life, and why it's so hard to live without it? And our main answers are communicate, connect, that we need to communicate or connect our friends by internet. And since there are, most of them are international students, so they need to communicate with their parents or family. Convenient. They thought that cell phones and internets are useful and helpful. That there are many functions. And entertainment. Important things that one said that he needs to check the NCCU mails by cell phone information, and through cell phone it is easy for us to look for the information we want. We just type few words and we can find it. And 15. Have you had any key pals? If yes, how many key pals do you have? Have you ever met? I think that this question is interesting because when I asked them, have you had any key pals? They say, what key pals? So the answer is most of them don't have any key pals, and 5 of them have, so just one of those 5 have met these key pals. Okay,
Our final question, do you ever consider yourself as a cell phone addict? And there are 8 people say yes, and 10 people say no, 3 people not sure. And for those people who say no, they think they can control themselves well. And for the 3 not sure, they think themselves not really a cell phone addict, but their parents or their friends always tell them that you are addicted to a cell phone. So I'm going on a conclusion. And after the survey, we found that we don't see many significant difference between us and the foreigners. And in many questions, the data we get is either too consistent or just too average for us to distinguish the differences. And at first, we consider the survey is a difficult mission, but because it's already not that easy to interview your friend or a person in Chinese or Taiwanese to interview a Taiwanese person, and now you have to interview a foreigner, and this is more difficult. And the process of conquering the fear is so painful and took us a lot of time since we're kind of too shy to talk to them. Yes. And after we actually interview them, we find that it's not as difficult as we thought because those foreigners were very kind and very patient. They are very willing to answer all of your questions. And sometimes they might seem aloof, but you just interact with them and you found a different view. And another goal of this survey is to find the differences between us and foreigners in cell phone usage. And we think we cannot really find much difference between us because we think in this civilized society we actually have few differences, and in fact we are similar in many ways. Okay, thank you. This is our presentation.
And now that's for the Q&A time. Is there any question?
Hello everyone, don't be shy. You can make any comments or ask any question.
Yes.
One of your interviewees is from Japan, right?
Yes.
And how can you tell that if they are Taiwanese or Japanese?
Oh. Why?
Because we look alike.
Oh, she's my friend
Oh.
in class, so yeah, I just
Okay.
asked her.
Good. Any others?
So maybe you can talk about your experience with the Russia guy. Yeah.
You want me to tell that at first I was quite nervous and I'm sitting in sunlight and looking for that maybe some foreigners will be alone and I can act and look bored so I can ask him. And then I sit at one of the table and then just a guy came in and said it and I'm just quite nervous and just keep looking for him and preparing to interview him for about 2 hours. just looking at him. And my friend sit in front of me and she just said, go to ask him, and I just okay, I just need to prepare for more time. And then when I'm ready, I just pick my things and I stand up and I sit down and I stand up and I sit down. Just about sit down and stand up for about 3 minutes and finally I walked to him and I said, excuse me, do you have time? He said, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm just doing it.
You spend 2 hours staring at the guy. And how about you?
Oh, and me and Howard skipped 2 classes. We spent 2 hours. We climbed the mountains to the international building. And in 2 hours, we didn't meet any foreign students. we just sit in front of the international building and keep taking the elevator, but we really didn't meet any international students. The only two international students we find, they are smoking, and so we are quite afraid to ask them questions. So yes.
So did you meet any foreign students there eventually?
No, we come.
We gave up. We gave up. And yeah, in Monday it seems like there's no foreign student in campus. Just
Right,
they
Monday.
won't show up.
Oh.
Yeah.
You should try maybe Wednesday and Thursday.
But they don't live in the dormitory,
Oh,
so they have to climb up. Yeah.
I'm glad that you made it eventually. Others? Don't be shy. Question or comment? Sandy? Got it, Sandy. Any question or comment?
What is key fail?
In Chinese,
Yeah.
Right, keep out. Yes, any question or comment? No? Jay?
Good.
Good.
Their presentation?
Very good.
Good. Thank you for the comment. And others? About Jocelyn, what do you think? Any question?
I don't know what that.
So anything you want to ask? Or Helen?
When you are waiting for 2 hours, don't you are you not afraid that the Russian will just go?
Yeah, I'm quite afraid. So I'm just so frustrated.
She kept typing like, oh, I met a guy, but I'm just sitting right here.
Yeah, the group and what? Just go. Yeah.
Before that Russian, there another foreigner guy. He just sit there, and during time I'm I'm struggling, and he just left. Yeah.
It's a good try. Any others? Okay, so then thank you very much. It's good.